In this lecture, we are going to talk about the human cell, organelles and its functions and related disorder. The cell is the structural and functional unit of life. But the first thing first, there are two types of cells: prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. The main difference between them is small prokaryotes lack well-defined nucleus and possess relatively simple structure. These include various bacteria, while large eukaryotes possess well-defined nucleus and are more complex in their structure and function. Plants and animals composed of eukaryotic cell. The plant cell differs from animal cell by cellulose-made rigid cell wall and chloroplast. Let's talk about human cell and each organelle. The cell consists of well-defined subcellular organelles. Let's start with nucleus. Nucleus is the largest cellular organelle surrounded by a double-membrane nuclear envelope. Nucleus contain DNA, the repository of genetic information. DNA in association with basic proteins called histone form nucleosomes which, in turn, make up the chromosomes. The nucleus of the eukaryotic cell contains a dense body known as nucleolus. It is rich in RNA and ribosomal RNA. The ground material of the nucleus is referred as nucleoplasm. It is rich in enzymes like DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase. What is Hutchinson-Gilford-Progeria syndrome? It is a condition of aging begin at birth, occur as a result of distortion of nuclear envelope due to accumulation of abnormal protein called lamina A. As we know, the nucleus is surrounded by double-membrane nuclear envelope. The outer membrane continuous with the membranes of endoplasmic reticulum. At certain interval, the two nuclear membrane have nuclear pores, which permit the free passage of the products synthesized in the nucleus into the surrounding cytoplasm. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum has a granular appearance due to ribosomes attached to it. Ribosomes are factories of protein biosynthesis. During the process of fraction, rough endoplasmic reticulum is destructed to form small vesicles known as microsomes. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain ribosome. It is involved in the synthesis of lipids and metabolism of drugs, besides supplying calcium for the cellular function. Golgi apparatus. It is a unique cluster of membrane vesicle known as dictyosomes. The newly synthesized protein handed over to the Golgi apparatus, which catalyze addition of carbohydrates and lipid to the protein. Certain proteins and enzymes are enclosed in membrane vesicles of Golgi apparatus and secreted from the cell after the appropriate signals. Example of this: digestive enzymes of pancreas. Golgi apparatus also involved in the membrane synthesis for the formation of intracellular organelles like lysosomes, peroxisomes. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are spherical vesicle enveloped by a single membrane. Function of lysosomes is digestion of cellular substance like protein, lipids, carbohydrate and nucleic acid. Lysosomal enzyme characterized as hydrolase. These include the enzymes like alpha-glucosidase, cathepsins, lipase and ribonucleases. The lysosomal enzymes are responsible for maintaining the cellular compounds in a dynamic state by their degradation and recycling. Degraded leave lysosome usually by diffusion, or reutilization by the cell. Certain residual products, rich in lipids and proteins collectively known as lipofuscin. Lipofuscin is age pigment implicated in aging process. As the cell dies, the lysosomes rupture and release hydrolytic enzymes that results in post-mortem autolysis. The leakage of lysosomal enzymes into the cell degrades several functional of macromolecules and it may lead to certain disorders. Example: arthritis, muscle disorder, allergic disorders. What is inclusion cell disease or mucolipidosis? It is a lysosomal storage disease characterized by coarse facial feature, skeletal abnormality and mental retardation, due to the absence of certain hydrolase in lysosomes. Peroxisomes, also known as microbodies, are a single membrane cellular body. They are spherical and oval shape. Peroxisome contain the enzyme catalase. Catalase protects the cell from the toxic effects of hydrogen peroxide by converting it to H2O and O2. Peroxisomes are also involved in the oxidation of long-chain fatty acids and synthesis of plasmalogens and glycolipids. What is peroxisome biogenesis disorders? Peroxisome biogenesis disorders are developmental brain disorders that also result in skeletal, craniofacial dysmorphism, liver dysfunction, progressive sensory neural hearing loss, and retinopathy. Due to an increased level of very long-chain fatty acids and decreased concentration of plasmalogens. Severe form of peroxisome biogenesis disorder is Zellweger syndrome, characterized by the absence of functional peroxisomes. The mitochondria, or powerhouse of the cell, are the center of energy metabolism. Mitochondria are rod-like or filamentous bodies and composed of double membrane system. The outer membrane is smooth and completely envelope the organelle. The inner membrane is folded to form cristae, which occupies larger surface area. The component of electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation are buried in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Internal chamber of mitochondria is referred as matrix or mitosol. This matrix contains several enzymes concerned with the energy metabolism of carbohydrate, lipids and amino acids. Also participate in the synthesis of heme and urea. Matrix also contains circular mitochondrial double-stranded DNA, RNA and ribosomes. Mitochondria are the principal producers of ATP, which is exported to all parts of the cell to provide energy. The cellular ground matrix, also referred as cytosol, is composed of a network of protein filaments and the cytoskeleton. Cytoplasmic filament are of three types: microtubule, actin filament and intermediate filament. Vacuole. The function of vacuole is temporary storage of material. The eukaryotic cells performs a wide range of complex functions in a well-coordinated and integrated fashion. But the last not the least, what is apoptosis? Apoptosis is the process of programmed cell death or cell suicide. Before leaving, I want you to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Follow me on Instagram. Check out description for more details.